All right. Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Minetest gameplay of sorts. Yeah. And we're going to go straight into something new. The GitHub page is live. Yeah. So if you like what you see here, please consider liking and subscribing. It's greatly appreciated. And we are going to take a little tour of the GitHub page. I just had to recover from I don't know what, but like I lost all my auth file. I lost a whole bunch of stuff, and I had to. This is where having a backup comes in handy, kids, because it took me about 3-4 minutes to recover, and I'm back up and running. And I'm just checking things out here just to make sure. And yeah, all seems to be running fine. There's my kitties. Yeah, okay. So let's take a look real quick. I'm going to come down here and land. Let this guy chill out for a while. And if in the link in the description below, you will see a link to the GitHub page. So starting off with some comments, Tortoise and Stared Goodness said that the 100th episode would be a perfect time to link your Minetest World download in the video description. And then he referenced Briley's video also, which I did follow. And let me say this, that it was relatively easy to set up a GitHub page and get all the files up there until you tried to download them. So here's my wonderful GitHub page. Yeah, that's me. I wish I could like draw a mustache right now on there. That'd be funny. So minetestworld.rg or Minetest World RGS Pro. Look at that. It's kind of professional looking, don't you think? I have to put this on my resume. Yeah. There's some very important things to know about this file. First, GitHub does not allow files over 100 megabytes to be uploaded. So where Briley's video showed that his world, his brand new fresh world with nothing in it, it only had a SQLite database file of maybe 4 meg. My world has 150 megabytes. So it's not allowed. So I found this out after uploading everything. Couldn't figure out why my files weren't uploading. And then I saw the restriction. And I did, and everybody would be proud of me, Michael. I used a terminal. But I did find GitHub Desktop and SourceTree. Yeah. But for 99% of this, I used a terminal, following GitHub's instructions and Briley's. So that was pretty easy. It was pretty cool until even after I figured out that the SQLite file was causing the hang up. So then I had to delete it. I deleted it and then tried re-uploading. And then what ended up happening is it was stuck in history. I ended up having to completely blow out the repository and rebuild it because of some bug. 4 hours later, I finally get everything uploaded. I get the wiki done. You know, I get the instructions done. Which, please, before you comment and give me thumbs down and everything else, please read the instructions, because there's a couple steps that you have to take to actually use this world, because of all the customization that I did. So now, if you go here, you'll see a bunch of files. The license, the README file. The README file is plastered on here. The README file is plastered on the wiki. And it has links to everything, links to all the mods. It has basic instructions. You're going to download the zip file. Then you're going to go into the world folder, unzip the the map.sqlite zip file. Oh, that's wrong. I will take care of that. Because it's correct in the README file though. If you go down here, you'll see this couple asterisks. The map.sql zip file must be downloaded from the file separately from the main download where the file is stored. So what you're going to do is you're going to unzip the downloaded zip file. You're going to go into the world folder, and it's still wrong. I will fix that today. I've had no sleep. So what we are going to do is, you see the button that says clone or download? We're going to download the zip file. It's going to prompt you where to download it. I'm just going to put it on my desktop for right now. And then there's Workman on the roof of my building. And then what you're going to do is, you see this world folder? Click it, and it's going to bring you into all the files. And you're going to go down until you see a file called map.sqlite.zip. You're going to click on that. You're going to see it's 77 megabytes. And you're going to click over here, download. It's going to download it to your desktop or wherever you have it saved. And it's going to take a few seconds here. But we can go back to the code. Wonder why. I just have to fix the two parts of the instruction and on the wiki. It's real simple. So if we go back here, and we have my backup files. Where is it at? Here it is. There's that file, and there's the map.sql zip file. So whatever program that you use to extract them, I'm going to extract it. There's my map.sqlite. Come in here, extract the unarchiver. That's the program that I use on Mac. And there it is. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on that and open that folder up. You're going to see the world folder. Double click on that. So now inside here, there's going to be a folder, or there's going to be map.sql.zip. And I'll show you the information on it. It's just a pointer file. So it doesn't do anything. So you could actually delete it. So what you're going to put in its place in this world folder is you're going to take that map.sqlite file and just drop it in there. Done. Nothing more needs to be done on there. Then you're going to see this folder called texture pack. Double click on that. Textured license.txt.rtf. This has all the links in the files to the original HDX textures where I picked all those files from. All those files, according to Vanessa E's forum post, all these files are open source or Creative Commons, or ones that she did herself and doesn't have a problem and doesn't like copyright. So the mixture that I picked for this is the custom file that I picked and made my custom texture pack from. Some of them I made, and those are in there, and I could care less what anybody does with them. Those are those 3 wood files, the apple wood and spruce. Now, because I didn't create a whole separate mod, here's moretree. I used moretrees apple.wood for my custom, moretrees birch for my other custom file, and moretrees spruce for my other custom file. If you want to go back to the stock files, even with using the rest of these textures, all you have to do is pull these out of this folder, and moretrees rubber. So if I pull these out of this folder, and baked clay, my baked clay touched up textures are in here. Everything that you see in my world, this is the file that I use. My X-Panes, the stuff that I've touched up. So if you don't want to use those, you could just pull out those individual files and put them somewhere, and those will revert back to the default or the textures that come with the mod packs or whatever. The files that I renamed and copied over, those are files I wasn't going to use anyway and didn't like. So that texture pack, you're going to copy this texture pack, RGS1, to your textures folder. So on my computer, under library, where is it? It worked in rehearsal. Application support. This is on a Mac. Linux is going to be different. So here is my Minetest folder. There's my textures folder. And you can see I already copied it in here. And then under my worlds folder, there's the world file. And that's where you're going to put that in. On yours. On Linux, it's under user share Minetest games for the texture pack and mods. And then in your root directory, you're going to have .minetest, and you're going to have to show hidden files. And then in one of my videos, I showed how to do that. And most people that are watching the videos now have a grasp of that, but I will explain that further if needed. You just have to show hidden files, and you get your .minetest folder, and that's where the world goes. So, okay, so we have that. So once you get those in there, and I will change these instructions up here because this is very, very important. It's going to keep crashing, and then you're going to swear at me and call me dirty names behind my back and leave me bad comments. And I've tried to make this as simple as possible. I promised I would get the file up on GitHub. I'm looking for alternatives because there's a problem that this download button doesn't, this download zip button, it does not recognize large files, the large file system, because that's a plugin that sits on top of GitHub. It's sponsored by GitHub. Yeah, because I see the GitHub page on there, but the it doesn't work. And there is a bunch of feature requests to have that added in, and I can't find it. I can't find that page now. Yeah, there is a file, a bug request to have that loaded in, but it's not in there yet. And that feature request goes back all the way to, I think, June of 2016. So it's over a year it's been sitting there. So it's not high priority, but that's how you do it. That's how you add the worlds. You just have to go into the world folder after, you download it, and you just have to do a little legwork. One word of caution though, if you do not have these mods, if you do not have Dreambuilder or any of these mods, it'll show up as unknown objects. And if you don't use the mod pack, it's not going to look like it does in my videos. So, I mean, this, the blast resistant concrete that I use in a lot of the houses, not there. I changed that texture. What'll happen is it'll look green. And it's like, okay. But everything else is there. And the whole purpose of this, is to get inspiration or find out how I built something. You know, how did I do this? You know, you could pull it apart. You could look at it. You have the backup file. You have the files. You could do anything that you want with this. I mean, look at my castle. Yeah. You could interior decorate the castle and see how I built. Oh, and Briley, you get the bunny. Yeah. That's from a Monty Python reference. Monty Python, Search for the Holy Grail. Check the movie out. You'll like it. Really. So everything's in there. Everything that you're seeing right now is in that world. So all the way up to the last house that I built, which has no name, the house, the name that shall not be spoken, because I just can't come up with a name for it. It's not the cliffside. It's not on the cliffside. It's not the ocean side. The forest house, I guess. I don't know. The pretty house. It's so pretty. So go from there. On the comments. So that was comment number 1. And he also put in there that Reddit only gets 1 or 2 posts per day. And it's actually healthy for my videos to be up there, so they don't have a problem with that on that subreddit. Anybody seeing this, if you haven't been to the subreddit, there's a lot of cool information in there. Go in there, hang out, ask questions. You know, you're going to also be able to go to minetest.net and go to the forums, and you can check out other people's videos. There's a bunch of people in there that have tutorials and videos just like mine. And yeah, so check out minetest.net, check out the subreddit, and you'll be happy. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. Too many nodes. Too many nodes? Yeah, he put a question in, and I'm sorry if I botched your username. I am horrible with names. And he says, and I'll do it in the impression that he did. You need some accent walls, darling. Edna mode impersonation. It says, nice designy. Thank you. I like your buildings. Thanks for sharing them. Thank you again. If you ever want more custom floors, he hit on that. Oh, yes. Just like the Art Deco mod, to talk to him. Anytime that I can add customized floors. And if you go in the last 2 houses with the Art Deco mod, did I use the floors in here? Yes. So these floors here, these tiles are from the Art Deco mod. And I've used different variations in other houses, and they turn out really, really good. The Art Deco mod is really cool. I also use the marble, the Italian marble from that mod, as the dining room flooring and kitchen flooring over in the Oasis house. And I've used it over in, I think I used it in the stone house, in the bathroom, and in the very first house I built, I have a bath. And we're going to take a walk. We're going to go over there anyway. In that house, in the biodome, I have a whole like Roman bath made out of Italian marble and all the moldings, crown moldings, and everything from that mod. So that's really cool. Thank you very much. And George writes that he uses Manjaro Linux. And I don't know how far back George goes, but Manjaro is, I believe, loosely related to Mandriva. I believe it forked off of Mandriva. Or am I getting that mixed up? I think Manjaro, I thought it was a, I have to look that up. I'm getting it mixed up because Manjaro, or one of them is based off of, it's a Arch. I don't think Manjaro is based off of Arch. I thought Manjaro was based off of Mandriva. Nevertheless, you see, here's the Art Deco marble, Italian marble in that little house that I built. Yeah, and this area, and there's another reason why I came over here, because this was the this was the very first house I ever built on this world. And they had this huge pool and has the atrium. And then I had the biodome and all that other fun stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, and the trains. Somebody else asked, last episode about the trains. Here's trains. Wanted me to build subway trains, subway stations, and cafes and restaurants and the other buildings that a town would be in. So if you come over this way, this is the back porch area for the biodome. So what's going to happen here is there's going to be a decking going all the way around so people won't fall in. And this is going to not be a house anymore. It's going to be turned into a train station with this whole area here being a cafe and like gift shop. Here's going to be the kitchen. And down here is going to be this swimming pool is going to be turned into an aquarium. And so you'll be able to check out like sharks and fish. This goes to the lighthouse, which is also going to be updated a little bit. But people will be able to come in here and look down at all the fishies. There'll be a little walkway so it can bring you out to the atrium area. And there's a sheep. Yeah. So this, because I don't feel this is a house anymore. So it's going to come up here. And on this level, the garage is going to go away. Because there's no reason to have a Porsche out here. There's no driveway. Where'd that cow come from? Huh. Oh, well. I thought I got rid of the cows. Oh, he's probably left over. So that's going to be like a storage room. Instead of this being a bedroom, this is going to be offices and stuff like that. There's a bathroom back there. Up on the third floor, I never really did finish this. So you have these gorgeous balconies and everything overlooking the bay and the lighthouse. And I never finished anything with it. So this is going to be like an office area with computers set up for research. And then you can go out up into the biodome. So then people can, visitors to here can come in here, and there's going to, like I said, there's going to be just a narrow walk. I don't want, you didn't see this. He's going to eat the grass. So there's going to be a narrow walkway around here so that people can, and then here's the exit to go up to the little farm. Because the farm it's not a real farm. It's like a research center. It's too small to be a farm. You'll be able to come over here. Some people can go up the catwalk, scientists or whatever, to view the trees. Yeah, it's going to be a research center. So there's going to be desks and computers set up here so people can work. There's already a bathroom, and there's already a hidden weapons room. Nobody ought to know about that. And there's elevators already in this building. And then back here, this is just a like flower area. We got flowers growing here on the flower pots and stuff. And then it'll link into this farm area over here. So that's going to be the next episode. That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to start tearing all this stuff out. And this is when I learned how to play with wool for my custom furniture. So it's gonna be really cool. Because as much as I like this as my very first house build, there's a lot more that can be done with this area. And then down here, there's going to be like an employee area. There's going to be video monitors set up. Anything that you would see in a custom like learning environment. Where I was growing up, we had things like Little Red Schoolhouse up in Willow Springs, Illinois. And what that was it was an original schoolhouse from the 1800s, and it turned into a nature center. I already have a server room down here. So there's a lot of stuff down here that this area could really benefit from. Plus there's a train station. And that train station is what's going to link to, it already links to the factory. And I'm going to bring it down south because this way is north, I believe. No, it's south. Okay, I'm going to bring it north to the other houses, the house area that I really, really like. So there you have it. And we already have like a little patio and deck area. This area is going to lend itself really nicely to a nature center and research facility. And then over here, like I said, we have the little farm and research area. And then go from there. And then this house is getting redone. And that's going to be cool because I botched that house. Oh, it was really cool because what I did was when I was testing the world, now I tested all those files that I put up on GitHub, and I purposely left out the texture pack and the mods. This entire house was unknown objects. Everything on this seaside house was unknown objects. And it was sad but funny looking at the same time. So all the other houses, like I said, all the way up to the very last build, the house with no name, it's up there. And so good luck with it. There's no warranty expressed or implied. So, yeah. And if you don't want to install all those mods, at least just go with the Dreambuilder mod, because 90% of the stuff that I build is in there. And if you don't put the baked clay one in or the colored clay, then this house will just be a whole bunch of unknown objects. So there you have it. Very quick, easy episode. Answered some questions. Oh, George's question. So George went in and he created a house on World Edit, or he created a house and he copied it on World Edit. And when he wanted to transfer to his next world or to a different world, but what ended up happening is when he got into that world, it wasn't there. And here's why. So in your worlds folder, we're going to go into here, that schemes folder. This is where all your .world edit files are. So you can see here, I have a camper, clock, dining rooms, patio furniture. I can just put them in. There's patio. There's my lighthouse. There's my light poles, palm trees, all that fun stuff. That is world specific. So if I created it in my world, this one called world, and I want to use those files in another world, then you have to copy those files. So I'm going to copy that, and then I can go into other worlds. Here's my dream world, and here's the schemes folder. And you can see how there's different files in here, and I could just paste that in there. And it says I already have it in there, but that's how that works. I can also go, let's say, oh, I know it's not in this one. And now if your new world doesn't have a schemes folder, then just create one or copy the entire folder. So if it doesn't, you see in this world, it doesn't have a schemes folder. So you can just add it. And I spelled it wrong. SC. Yeah. So you just create it and then paste your WE file in there. And that's how that works. So that's how you could transfer those files from one world into another world. And I'm going to be next up after the next episode, I am going to be doing a very quick a tutorial on world edit. Some of the other commands like copy, move, stack, the useful commands that make building, just a tad bit more fun. So like I said, this will be in the show description. Go in there, play around with the file, do whatever you want. I'm going to fix these instructions by the time this video is uploaded and go from there. So thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share if you want. It's greatly appreciated. You go from there. So thank you, and everybody have a fantastic day. Goodbye.